Let the people join the live stream. Hello and good afternoon to all the viewers of Sydney Cricket League, to the episode number 2 of Leadership Maestros, and Eid greetings to all the viewers who are celebrating today. So this is our second episode of Leadership Maestros, and I'm intentionally wearing this T-shirt today, which says Cricket Australia, because the special guest for today, for episode 2 of Leadership Maestros, he's the one who introduced me into the community level 1 coaching accreditation. So I would like to introduce my special guest today for episode 2 of Leadership Maestros. And before introducing his name, I would like to tell all of you the long list of uh, achievements he has under his belt. He has got the bachelor's degree in exercise and sports science from Australian Catholic University. 2018 Sydney Thunder Nation All Stars head coach. 2016-17 Big Bash League season 6 assistant team manager for Sydney Thunder. And 2015 to level 1 community coach facilitator. 2014 to 16 he was cricket NSW winter development squad head coach, and 2012 to current Hawkesbury Cricket Club player, and currently he's the director of Australian International Sports Organisation. Please welcome Mr. Nicholas Toscan. Welcome, Nicholas.
Thank you, Syed. Thank you so much for the kind introduction, and really looking forward to the chat today on episode 2 of Leadership Maestros. It's a fantastic initiative which you're doing in this environment, taking some content online, and proud to be on here to answer a few questions, share a little bit about my story, and have a chat today. And really looking forward to it. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your valuable time on Sunday afternoon. How are you, and how the things going on with this COVID-19 and all this stuff going on?
Yeah, thank you. My pleasure to be here on a Sunday afternoon. Going well, thanks. Obviously, it's an interesting time for everyone in this current environment. We don't know, I guess, what it holds and what the future holds with COVID. But in terms of myself, personally, just trying to exercise and keep fit, trying to do some reading, just trying to keep as busy as I can with my business as well, which we'll talk about shortly. And with restrictions lifting, just trying to see family and some friends just within the guidelines and make sure we're all safe and keeping each other safe and well, because I think it's important to start to see people and be socially present again with people, because it can be tough in isolation. So just trying to reach out to some people and make sure everyone's going okay during this time as well.
Yep, thank you so much. And as you know that this is the episode 2 of Leadership Maestros, and this is the plan of this online show, that we're going to discuss the industry leaders in the field of sports. And our today's topic is embedding sports in daily lifestyle. So before going into our topic, and we have a lot of questions in the tank for you. So I hope that you are well prepared for the long chat, and we want
Absolutely.
to learn from you. Our audience, the viewers of Sydney Cricket League Incorporated, they want to learn from you. So thank you so much for your wonderful time. And please tell us about Australian International Sports Organisation and to all the viewers.
Absolutely. And again, thanks for the opportunity and the wonderful initiative, Leadership Maestros. So Australian International Sports Organisation is a business that I co-founded with Mr. Herman Loti in 2018. So we've been operating now for 2 years. it has its challenges, it has its ups and downs running a small business, but we absolutely love it. We love the challenge, and we love learning about each other, learning about the sports industry and the business industry in its entirety. What our organisation does, we're set up as a consulting business in the sports industry, and we have 3 key areas which we work in. Our first is grant and funding support. We support organisations from an end-to-end grant service, from identifying grants, helping them with the application, and then ensuring everything is correct with the acquittal and things like that. And our second service is our strategic support, whereby we're offering our expertise in the sports industry and helping organisations with club strategy workshops, with multicultural awareness workshops, and also some engagement activities to increase participation in sport and exercise. Our third area is program delivery. So we work with a variety of partners to deliver sporting programs in the community, whether that be at schools, whether that be at universities or TAFEs. We're really trying to educate people about the benefits of sport and about Australian culture, learning about Australian culture in our different sports. And that's highlighted through our Australian sports program, which is targeted particularly for international students across universities and TAFEs, whereby we have a theory component teaching about the different sports. They teach them about cricket, AFL, where you can play, where you can volunteer with your local clubs, and then also some practical activities as well. So we're looking to roll that program out further. So I have lots of questions, but in a quick nutshell, that's who we are. Our website, www.ausiso.com. People can log on there and have a look at some of the things we do and some of the exciting partners as well that we work with.
Thank you so much. And what's going to have the rest of 2020? What are the plans for Australian International Sports Organisation, the programs, upcoming programs? As we all know that we all are stuck with COVID-19, but still we have 7 months to go. And what are the future plans?
Yeah, absolutely. So obviously a few plans were changed with COVID, which put a stop to a lot of our programs. But they're in the process of being postponed. So we're very, very happy with that. And we're just looking at the different guidelines and protocols from government and state sporting bodies, national sporting bodies, to ensure we're in line with the hygiene, in line with the social distancing, with group numbers and things like that. So we're just working through all that. We have some different events, as I mentioned, our Australian sports program, we're looking to roll that out further. We have some tennis events upcoming. We're doing some exciting work with Hockey New South Wales, promoting the sport of hockey in the new Hockey One League. So stay tuned to see some exciting announcements and activities there, which we're really looking forward to. So there's plenty in the pipeline. We're hoping for schools and universities to be open again, to be able to have community engagement activities, and we're really looking forward to, providing a positive experience in most importantly, a safe environment.
That's good. That's good to know. I was telling to all the viewers when I was introducing you at the start of the program that I'm intentionally wearing this jersey today, this T-shirt and this jersey, that you are the one who coached me for this, community accreditation level 1 coaching course. So that's the reason I'm wearing this intentionally. So yeah, related to this thing, I just want to ask you, and the viewers want to know as well, that your cricket coaching experience and this level 2 coaching course as well.
Fantastic. Yeah, the level 1's a fantastic course, which I've delivered over a number of years and had some wonderful participants like yourself. It's a real great introduction to cricket coaching, and I'd highly recommend it. Obviously, once the guidelines are reduced and there's face-to-face delivery again. The level 2 I really enjoyed. I did my course in 2015, so about 5 years ago now, and it was a wonderful course down in Barrel across a number of days, learning about very specifics of all facets of the game. So you looked into obviously batting and then specifics into the different type of wrist spin bowling, finger spin bowling, swing bowling, and putting that into game sense scenarios. So I really enjoyed that, really learned a lot for both coaching and for me playing as well. So the pathway that Cricket Australia has with their coaching is fantastic, and I highly recommend everyone getting out there and starting with their level 1 and learning as much as they can about the game, because that's very important to learn and put those things into practice.
Thank you so much. I want to ask you, as you already told the audience about the upcoming programs and what are the vision and mission of the Australian International Sports Organization. What do you want to recommend all the young kids who are just like uh, who are just into the schools and they want to make sports as a career? It's not like just it should be cricket. It can be any sports of their own choice. That so, what's your recommendation? What should be the correct pathway for them to join sports as a career?
Yeah, yeah, good question. For me, I think it's important you have to enjoy the sport that you choose. So you really have to enjoy whether that be the social benefits, the competitive benefits, all those types of things. You have to enjoy sport as a whole. And I also think as young children coming through the sport, you can't pigeonhole yourself or be specific to one sport. So I recommend playing a variety of different sports. So myself, for example, when I was younger, I was cricket in summer, obviously passion for cricket, and then soccer in the winter, which I always found was good to keep fit and to do something away from cricket to refresh and then come into pre-season. So that was most of my childhood. So my advice would be one, to have fun and enjoy it. You have to really enjoy it. Two, to do a variety of things, and three, most importantly, I think as well is to work hard. So if you want to have that goal and that vision to be professional, you have to put in the hard yards and work hard at your skill and at your sport and at your fitness and all those types of things.
And I remember that Australian International Sports Organization, what I think in the last year, you and Herman, you guys also work with the kids under Usman Khwaja Foundation as well. It's like I don't remember exactly the numbers, but it's more than I think 700 kids maybe. Could you please put some light on that as well? That you work with Usman Khwaja Foundation.
Yeah, absolutely. So the Usman Khwaja Foundation, we helped run the Chance to Shine cricket program in 2018 and 2019 now. So in 2019, we had 14 hubs across Queensland, New South Wales, and the ACT, and there was over 800 registered participants, which was a fantastic achievement. It's a wonderful vision from Usman to provide that opportunity to boys and girls of a different multicultural background to participate in sport, participate in cricket, and to have that opportunity to join the pathway and join the Australian cricket pathway to go on and play the next level. So we're really proud to be part of that foundation and to help with the delivery of that program.
That's good. That's good to know. Uh, uh, there is one interesting question I want to ask you. Like we have a different set of cultures if we see in the subcontinent and in Australia. Like if you see in subcontinent, still the parents think that sports is not a good career choice. They still want to be like the traditional one, that the doctor, engineers, and the MBAs, business administration. But if you see in Australia, that what the encouraging point I have seen over here is that the parents, they do encourage their kids if they want to take sports as a career. So we have 30,000 followers in on Facebook, on social media at Sydney Cricket League, which obviously there are a lot of people from subcontinent as well, from India and Pakistan as well. So most of them, they would be, as you know, that it's today is Eid after Ramadan, so they would be at home and must be listening to you. What do you want to give them? What's your advice to them that sports is a next career for like they should come out of their the traditional boxes, and they should think different for their kids, that sports can be a good choice as a career.
Yeah, it's a good question. So I guess you can look at it at a number of different ways. And when you're asking me this question, so firstly, I guess if someone is a professional athlete, you hear a lot of professional athletes are doing university courses or things as a backup for post career, which I think is a really good idea and a really good initiative. So I think there's that one way to look at it. And I guess the second way and the second angle of your question is sport as a career. So far for myself, my career has been in sport for the past 6 years, working in cricket and now running my own business in the sports industry. It's really about that passion and that enjoyment of work. all the time for the past 6 years. I've absolutely enjoyed going to work and enjoyed my job and enjoyed the things that I've got to do and I've got to learn. But it's also taught me a lot of things about myself and about business as well. So it's not just that specific about sport. You're learning different things about the financial side, the marketing side, the program delivery side. So it's actually quite a broad sense of work that you get to do in this field. And obviously, before the virus, there was sport was growing a lot, and there was lots of sponsorship and things like that. So it'll be interesting to see how that happens. But there are lots of careers, different university courses that are available as well. So again, I think it links back to your previous question too. It's about enjoying, pick something that you want to enjoy, and then put all your heart and soul into it. That would be my advice, and that's what I've done so far in my career too.
That's good. I had Louis in my episode number 1 as a guest last Sunday. So this is the same question I asked her, and I want to repeat this question again to you. How do you see cricket after this COVID-19? Like, this is the most the hot question at the moment. Everyone is looking forward to that. How do you see that the new shape of cricket after COVID-19?
Yeah, it's an interesting one. So, from my personal experience, I played a match in March, right before I guess the lockdown, and even then it wasn't as I guess intense or as much scrutiny at that stage as it is now. But there was even things like no handshakes, no celebrations. At that stage, we had one person dedicated to shine the ball, so there was still some changes there. So that will be interesting. I think the ball shining one is an interesting, discussion that's come out of this one. Obviously, hygiene and safety. It's obviously in the laws of cricket that you can't have an artificial substance to change the condition of the ball. So that's going to be a real interesting one to see what path that goes down, and then that's that part. But then it's obviously going to change the dynamic between bat and ball. So it's going to be interesting to see. But I'm sure that the people at the ICC and across the cricketing world will be doing lots of research and lots of testing to make sure that the right safety and balance between bat and ball is there. So that's a big one, I think. And obviously crowds. Hopefully, the rugby league starting this week with no crowds. It'll be interesting to see how that changes the performance of players. Obviously, some players enjoy the crowd and the big stage, and that might not be there. So it'll be interesting. So I think they're the two main things: the ball and the crowds. To be interesting to see what happens. And as we know with this virus, you just don't know what's ahead. So we'll see what happens.
And cricket will look very different when there would be no celebration. And, oh yeah, even if we see the club cricket and the different, the Premier cricket, the Shires and the community cricket. So this is what we have seen from last couple of years, that we celebrate being together. So this quite be the missing link, which I'm thinking in the future games is going to be after this COVID-19. So my next question for you, I want to ask you that you have seen a lot of changes in last 5 years in the organized community cricket, the organized cricket tournaments happening, the cricket leagues happening of different multicultural backgrounds. Like, a lot of people are organizing it. So what changes have you seen since 2016 or maybe last couple of years? What's your take on this community cricket, the revolutionary 5 years of organized community cricket?
Yeah, it has been, and I think yourself with Sydney Cricket League has been fantastic at that. You've done a fantastic job, and it's a wonderful competition. Things like the coloured clothing, the white balls, your online social media presence is fantastic, and it's a real credit to you and the team at Sydney Cricket League, and obviously it's attracting a lot of players and really mimicking that T20 format. So it's a really good piece of work that you guys are doing. And I guess from what I've seen as well at Hawkesbury Cricket Club, the first grade team at Hawkesbury this year won the T20 competition in the Premier Cricket competition, and they had the opportunity to travel to Adelaide to play the best T20 teams from around the country. So even that's fantastic. That's great in, I guess, a tournament based, and then tournament-based opportunity, and then the next step for players to be seen on the biggest stage, on the live streams, be able to see yourself on video is quite cool as well. So I guess from my own perspective and from my own cricket club, it's been great to see that T20 revolution shine through as well.
And I think this T20 cricket has brought a lot of colors, a lot of excitement, not only on the international stage, on the international arena, but in this community, in the club cricket as well. And because of this color clothing, the white ball or maybe the pink ball, so it has brought a lot of the niche market as well, that they can come and enjoy the cricket tune, especially the kids here.
Absolutely, and it's another pathway as well. There's 3 pathways now that you can progress. Obviously, Test cricket, one-day cricket, and T20 cricket. That players can specialise in their different formats and use platforms like the Sydney Cricket League to refine those skills and to be better and to get that experience with the white ball and on a different grounds. It's all part of gaining that extra experience. But as you mentioned before, it's about also that social aspect too, and being together with the community and making new friends and meeting new people. It's a wonderful aspect of the sport of cricket and any sport in general as well.
Exactly, you're right. I would like to go back to Australian International Sports Organization again, and I would like to tell all the viewers as well that Australian International Sports Organization is the strategic partner of Sydney Cricket League as well, and we have been working together since 2018, end of 2018. Yes. So I wanted to ask you again regarding your business and regarding the Australian International Sports Organization, that what, like being a sports entrepreneur, what came in your mind to start this organization? Like, because it takes a lot of courage, a lot of risk taking to start your own thing, because there are a lot of negative things going into the mind. You have been associated with Cricket New South Wales as well, and coming from that background, that platform, so it requires a lot of courage, because what I believe, not everybody takes this pathway, not this to have this sports entrepreneurship, to become a sports entrepreneur. So what was the actual thought came in your mind to start this organization?
Yeah, good question, and you're right. It's to start your own business and to run your own organisation was a tough decision, and it gave it a lot of thought. But the opportunity that we saw, Herman and myself, to launch something that was ours and that we've built from the ground up was extremely satisfying. And 2 years now to be still operating and still growing is fantastic. And we're really loving it. We've learned so much and we've grown so much as individuals and as entrepreneurs and as leaders, which has really taught us a lot. I guess in terms of making that decision, we saw there was a real opportunity in the market with the community aspect, in the international student space, in the multicultural sports space. We thought we could really make a difference, and that's what we're trying to do. We're really trying to make a difference. We're really trying to provide opportunities within the sporting industry, through our business, for people to experience the highs of sport and being physically active. So that was some of the decision making behind it, and also the opportunity in Australia. What a beautiful country that we live in, and to have that support to launch our own small business and the support of all our supporters and partners, including yourself, has been fantastic. So we're really proud to be operating for 2 years now, and we're really looking forward to what the future holds. So, but yeah, a very big decision and a tough decision, but really glad we're on this journey and really looking forward to what the future holds.
Yep, and that was the reason we started this Leadership Maestros, this live web show, that all the entrepreneurs, all the risk takers, all the leaders from the sports industry should come up and share their courage, actually, the knowledge they have, because it requires a big heart to start your own thing when you are working for any or good organization, and just to resign from there, just to leave that organization and to start your own thing. So it always requires a big courage and determination. And congratulations to you and Herman to start this venture. And obviously, it is helping all the communities all over Australia. My next question with you is regarding whenever this travel restriction will be lifted, are you guys thinking to go international as well? Like anything doing in different regions of the world with the platform of Australian International Sports Organization? Anything international going here?
It's a good question. At the moment, we're very focused on still growing and still embedding a lot of our programs within Australia. But definitely, we have looked at a few opportunities to take some of our workshops over and some of our programs overseas. So it is something we have spoken about and given a little bit of thought to, but nothing in concrete once the travel restrictions lifted. We really want to continue to make a difference here, continue to grow and learn, and then hopefully in a few years' time we might look at that expansion. So that's where we're at the moment. So we've got nothing locked in or nothing overseas at the moment. At the moment we're all Australian based with our programs and offerings.
What I was planning, even this is my dream actually, that that if we like Sydney Cricket League and Australian International Sports Organization can sit down and work something back in Pakistan, some inter-school competition. We would have your experience as a coaching experience and all the framework which you guys have formulated for us with the platform of Australian International Sports Organization. So we have something for inter-school competition back in Pakistan. We go overseas, but it all depends on the restrictions first, the travel restrictions. And this is something quite interesting, that inter-school, because the school is the one where school is the nursery where you start your sports career, your cricket career. So yeah, so this is what my plan and my dream project, which we can have something in future.
Yeah, it's a wonderful vision, and yeah, absolutely, we'd be keen to sit down and see what opportunities there are to explore and develop. And that's, I guess, what this platform is all about too. And the great work you do with Sydney Cricket League with the leadership and entrepreneurship within the community, and to have these ideas is really good. And just a matter of sitting down and working things out and seeing what could work for everyone and what could potentially be feasible.
Yeah. I would bowl a bouncer to you now. It's a bit tough question, but yeah, not controversial, but it's a tough question. Like, I want to ask you more about community cricket, because you and me and like all of us have been associated with the community cricket. Do you think that there are a lot of changes happening in the community cricket at the moment? Like everyone is trying to make it more attractive. So is it like, do you think that it's going to lose the charm at one point, or we should stick to the basics and just enjoy the game of cricket rather going like a lot of things? Because community cricket is something that at one point you can't exceed, like because we have the less resources of technology, the funds from the sponsors and all these things. So are we going to lose the charm at one point, or do you think it is good to have a lot of changes? Like because if you have seen from last couple of years, it's been a lot of changes. Like there are a lot of competitions happening. So yeah, your take on this?
Yeah, it's an interesting one. I think at the heart of it is cricket is the sport that everyone wants to play and everyone wants to be a part of. So you can even look at that from Test cricket to one-day cricket to T20 cricket. There are different formats and different entertainment, different balls used, but at the heart of it, it's the sport of cricket, which draws everyone into play and draws the crowds and the TV audiences in. So I think the sport of cricket is such a lovely game, and the ups and downs of the sport is fantastic, and the social aspect of it and the different I guess changes or different innovations is great to move on with technology. Obviously things like live scoring to calculate ball spaced and strike rates. When I was a young under 10s player, I would have loved to have had that, but obviously the technology wasn't there. So moving with the times with things like that is really good, and the different formats that you can play as a player are really exciting too. So I think it's just finding that balance of the sport of cricket and then what can go on to make that an even better experience.
Exactly, and this is the interesting point you just made, that having your records in the website or in the app, so it looks good for you, that what's your average at the moment, what's your strike rate. Because I remember when I used to play cricket, the club cricket back in Pakistan, so we used to just keep the record in the scorebooks just to check our averages, that how good I am going at the moment. So, but these now new apps and all these things are giving you the live update. Once you finish your batting, once you finish the game, just go home. You can see that where are you standing at the moment in the rankings, in the batting column, in the bowling column, all these things. So yeah, these changes are pretty good. But at one point, I believe that we should enjoy the game. It's like going into a lot of attractions, but the essence of the community cricket should be there. That's my point. Yeah.
Yeah, it's at the end of the day, it's cricket. It's a game of cricket. So
Yeah.
everyone
Yeah.
is signing up to play and or going to watch or watch on TV. So I think that's the main thing. The result at the end of the day, scoring the most runs to win the game or taking the most wickets. You obviously on batter is the important aspect, I think.
I have few captains from different teams, different clubs, and they were asking me about this the kids program, which we just discussed about Osman Khoja Foundation. You guys did that. So what are the plans for 2020 and 2021 regarding this? That it's like a lot of people want to ask you about this, that they have the kids in the age bracket of between 7 to 12 or maybe 7 to 14. So, is there any upcoming plan for this foundation, with Usman Khoja Foundation, or anything for the kids with the platform of Australian International Sports Organization?
So obviously, at the moment with COVID-19, we're still awaiting updates from government and from different governing bodies to see what activities can commence. So at the moment, there's nothing set in stone or set in concrete. It's just a matter of what's going to happen with this virus and these restrictions before things can be confirmed and things can move forward. So at the moment, we're in like a lot of people and a lot of industries in a bit of a waiting game to see what happens post this virus before we just have some clarity on what can and can't be done. So we're just waiting for that clearance and that guidance. But all will be announced once decisions are made.
Once the decision has been made, yeah.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
yeah. And one more question regarding because things are not clear at the moment in terms of international cricket. But your intuition, your take about the T20 World Cup, will it going to happen or not? Like, just take the things aside regarding the restriction, and but what do you think? Your perspective.
Yeah. I'd love to see. Obviously, the Women's World Cup was fantastic to see the crowd.
Fantastic, exactly.
Unbelievable, and just really caught the nation's attention. So it was a really good job by the ICC World Cup, and be great. I think we'll go ahead. I'm basing that on rugby league starting this week and AFL starting soon, and potentially the Premier League over in England starting soon. So I think if those competitions can get off the ground and start and be safe, I think the World Cup will learn a lot from what they've done and hopefully run later on this year in 2020. It'd be a great spectacle. So yeah, I think it'll from the other sports that are starting. I think there's still a few months away, so hopefully we can be safe and get the tournament underway.
I think the same plan goes to Premier Cricket, the Shires Cricket, and all these things, because until and unless the Cricket New South Wales and Cricket Australia will not define the line and the dates for that, so we are not in the position to decide that whether the season is going to start in September or maybe a bit late, maybe November. So yeah, and the same goes to the Border Gavaskar Trophy as well. India versus Australia, the 4 Test matches.
Yeah, it's really going to be a great series, and hopefully it can still go ahead. Really looking forward to it, but I'm sure they'll work around it. I've read in the media, I think potentially Adelaide, because there's a hotel there for all 4 tests to be safe and play there.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
All 4 tests at one ground, at one venue, Adelaide.
Yeah, potentially. So that may happen depending on, again, we're all waiting to hear some more on restrictions and things like that. So hopefully some clarity is announced soon in the next few months, and we can hopefully see that Fortigosca Trophy tournament happen. It was great a couple of years ago when they were here. It was a wonderful viewing experience as a fan.
If it's going to happen in Adelaide, all 4 test matches, I think the onus and the ball will goes to the India. They love Adelaide actually.
Yes.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I think advantage goes to India.
Yeah, potentially. It's interesting with Smith and Warner back for this series. That'll make it interesting. So you never know. Cricket's a funny game. So much can happen, and so much can happen so quickly. So you never know. And that's the beauty of it. So we all love the sport, because you can hold that perfect delivery, and you're back in the pavilion, or you can play all day and you can change the course of the game. So it's a great sport, and you never know what can happen. So I don't want to say who has the advantage yet, because it might come back to bite me.
As far as the stats and the history is concerned, so we have seen that India have played good cricket in Adelaide as compared to the MCG or the Brisbane at the Gabba. So this is what I'm saying, that's why I was saying that the advantage goes to India. But yeah, cricket is a very funny game. You never know what's going to happen on a test match is the real test of the skills, because you have to play for the 5 days. It's not like that just a 50-over game or the 100-over game. So you have to show your character for 5 days.
Exactly right. And phenomenal athletes to play for 5 days in a row. It's a great achievement to play one test, and a lot of people love to play one test. So those professional athletes do a fantastic job to play multiple tests and do it at such a high level. It's very impressive.
Exactly. And moving back to Australian International Sports Organization, that where do you see your organization in next 5 years? Like what you have already mentioned the plans and that what's going to be in the near future, but where do you see that, as we discuss about going internationally as well, but what are your plans for the next 5 years?
Yeah, it's a good question. 5 years, 2025.
Yes.
Be fantastic that we're still operating, still making a difference within the communities is what we really want to do. So continue to support different clients and different groups with their grants, continuing to work with state, national sporting bodies and different organisations. So we'd love to venture a little bit more across Australia and venture into some new and existing, new and exciting sports is something we'd really like to do in the next 5 years, is to support more organisations with our strategic support and program delivery, continue to deliver programs of a high quality and expand our delivery. So expand our team and expand our staff so that we're able to provide more people with an opportunity. So I think for us in the next 5 years, the big one is to grow and expand and to really continue to try and make a difference and try and provide that sporting opportunity to more people.
That's glad to know, and I just would like I would like you to tell all the audience about your contact details and the website if anybody wants to contact you in terms of having career counseling in sports. As you already mentioned in the start of the program, but we just started, so the audience was building at that time. So if you would like to share your details with the players, with the parents, if they want to contact your organization to have the counseling, the career counseling and all these things, so you can share with the parents or with the players as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So on our website, www.ausiso.com, there's a contact us form there, so you can click on that and send through a question or anything you have, and we're happy to help and see what we can do. So there it is on the screen there. Thank you. You can click on that and follow the contact us, and we can see what we can do to potentially help.
Thank you so much. And before we finish, like, thank you so much for your wonderful time again on Sunday. The reason we have chosen the Sunday for this show is like we are out of community cricket at the moment, like any sort of cricket. So normally we play on weekends. So all the players they are at home and we want to give them the updated knowledge about the sports, about cricket and the sports career. So Sunday is the right time. But thank you so much for your wonderful time on Sunday afternoon. And your last message to all the viewers watching you, and most of them will watch after this recorded video, after this live session, they will going to watch the recorded session as well. So your message from the platform of Australian International Sports Organization and the strategic partnership of Sydney Cricket League and AUSISO.
Absolutely. Firstly, my pleasure to be on episode 2, Leadership Maestros. Thanks so much to you, Syed, and the team for a wonderful platform, a wonderful opportunity. I've really enjoyed the chat. It's gone quick the last 40 minutes. So I hope the audience have enjoyed and learned something new or perspective on some things. So well done to you and the team for the great work you're doing now and what you've done across a number of years and know that you'll do into the future. So thanks so much. In terms of our message, we'd just like to thank again you and the team for the opportunity to showcase myself with some of my career paths and some of my playing things with cricket that we've discussed today, and also a platform for our business. Our vision and mission is to drive organisations to achieve their objectives through sport, and we'd love to help as many people as we can in the sporting industry. And we're really appreciative of the support of us as a small business from so many people, and I'm sure that will continue into the future. So thanks so much for your time and for giving us the opportunity to tell the community a little bit more about what we do. We really appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Nicholas. And just to add this thing for all the viewers, that the next season for Sydney Cricket League Incorporated is going to be the 9th and the 10th. So we are into the 10th tournament, the 10th league. So this is what we are planning, and definitely we need your support as well to make it big, because the 10th is going to be the, like, we are in the year of celebration. We have like the 10th tournament. Hopefully everything will go fine, and January 2021 we're going to start the Sydney Cricket League 10th edition, and definitely we need the support from the organizations like you. Australian International Sports Organization have been wonderful since last couple of years. And thank you so much once again for your valuable time, for your wonderful time on Sunday afternoon. And good luck for the future endeavors for Australian International Sports Organization. Thank you.
You're most welcome. Thanks, Syed. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in.
Thank you. See you.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.